What is up, guys? This is your boy Superior Simmer. Today I have some more information regarding The Sims. If you guys like news, updates, and discussions, please hit the sub button. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. I also do have an affiliate link with Instagame to bring you guys cheaper games. If you guys click the right side of the screen or the link in the description, you guys will find a bunch of deals on cheaper game titles. They have action RPGs, adventure games, of course, simulation, racing. Without further ado, let's get into the content. All right, guys, so we got some more information on Project X. Shout out to the Sims community. I will leave their article in the link in the description. So there's some new insider info about AI usage in Project X and also some post buyout stuff. Again, if you guys haven't heard the news, again, the buyout is officially completed. I made a whole separate video talking about that and what's going to be happening. So if you have not checked that video out, please do. Now I'm just going to read this article because it's not that long. It's like a 6-minute read. So it says it's been a little while since we had some insider info on the Sims Project X and the future of the franchise, but the leakers are back and we have new information to share. So over on the ATRL, the insider responded to question statements about the sales performance of past packs, the use of AI within development, and most importantly, the development of the Sims Project X. The leaker has good track record and many of their previous reports have come into fruition. Might be saying that wrong. Let's take a look at everything the new leak said. Before I start reading the information, I let you guys know that this is all rumors and speculation. I personally don't like making speculation videos because I feel like it leads people on to think like this is like the actual truth and fact. I know in my last video people got upset because I said The Sims, I didn't say The Sims was over. I said it's over and I was talking about the buyout, but people thought I meant The Sims. I don't think The Sims is over. Like I said in the video, we don't know what's going to happen with The Sims. But again, it's the internet. People make things bigger than it has to be. But again, for the 4th, 10th, 100th time, all this is rumors and speculation. None of this has been confirmed. This is not concrete information. Okay, so it talks about the Sims Project X and the development info. So one of the first questions is, so if Project X has just started the development, we're going to be waiting a long time for any 100% official information from Maxis, I guess. In my opinion, Maxis don't want to make the same mistake like Renee announcing it too early. So the insider responds saying, my understanding from what has been told to me is that the development will be fairly fast now that what they want it to be has been decided. I don't know if I'm reading that wrong, but I do know there's quite a lot of tension because of multiple reasons, buyout aside. So they're currently not being forced to use AI on The Sims 4, but as The Sims 4 is being used in many ways as the baseline resource for X, it means that they can develop quality of life improvements to The Sims 4 without having it to officially consider as part of X development, which is being closely watched. So there's pros and cons to the development process, but Maxis are fairly happy they can retrospectively improve Sims 4 in the process of building X. The staff working on The Sims 4 are in much of a happier place than those working on X. Now, this topic is talking about the studio sentiment about the post buyout. So the question is, care to give us an insight on how the Maxis developers are feeling after the buyout approval? So the insider responds saying, I can't imagine anyone at Maxis wants any of it. Aside from new ownership, the main thing that frustrates them is everything is being pushed to make the most money possible. And many ideas get rejected and pushed back if they don't lead into monetization. Now, they also talked that the My First Pet stuff was not a flop, which is like, I feel like random, but okay. So surprisingly, the much hated My First Pet stuff sold fairly well. However, lessons were learned. Statement, yeah, exactly. They already tried it with The Sims 4 releasing a stuff pack, My First Pet stuff, and that was a huge flop. According to the Gloaming the Plane, EA wants to make pets free for Project X so they can monetize pet cosmetics instead. The idea would be that people might think, well, since the pets are free, I don't mind buying individual outfits for my cat on the marketplace. It's just an example. Again, I've talked about this before. I think if they were to make a new Sims game or a remaster, whatever this thing is called, they're going to be, I don't even know at this point. They're going to have to make certain things like pets and seasons, you know, like even restaurants, like that type of stuff free, in my personal opinion as a consumer, because again, people have already paid for this stuff, and this is not like a Sims 5, right? Like this is supposed to be like a better version of Sims 4, and I keep saying this, make the game free to enter, give the option for players to transfer over the packs that they've already paid for. And for example, let's say they don't transfer over like the Cats and Dogs expansion because they want to make it free in this Project X base game, then maybe, I don't know, maybe players get like a bonus for having the Cats and Dogs option, like they get extra cosmetics they can put from the previous expansion onto this new Project X. I don't really know how that would work because again, it doesn't sound like they're gonna let us transfer over our packs, and I feel like them not being able to do that, I feel like is a really big mistake. I feel like as a consumer, why the hell would Sadie123 buy all the expansion packs over again when her experience on the original Sims 4 was a mess because maybe, you know, the game was broken, or maybe her game runs fine, but she's bought all the expansion packs, she's bought all the game packs, all the stuff packs. Why would she want to go and buy that again again. And this is not even a Sims 5. Like, this is not like still technically the Sims 4, but like a facelift version or whatever. I don't know. That's what I'm gathering from this. So I don't know, man. This Project X to me just doesn't sound good. And I'm not trying to be like super negative just to fake sake for being negative. Like, I think a lot of people would want a working Sims game, especially after all the money we've spent. But again, it's like at the same time, I don't want to play a new Sims game if I'm gonna have to buy packs over. Like, again, I don't think the main advertisement for this should be, this is the version of Sims 4 that actually works. Buy this Sims 4 version because it's not broken and there won't be that much bugs and glitches. It's like, well, it's your product, so why do I have to buy all this shit over again because you couldn't make the product good the first time? You know what I mean? I think that's the part that's just so weird to me. I think if they're gonna give us a bunch of stuff free, like, you know, for example, cars, you know, cats and dogs seasons, they should definitely lean into that. It shouldn't be like an idea. It should definitely be like just what it should be. I mean, like, you have games like Paralyzed who are literally free updates that are basically like going to be expansion packs for free. Now, the insider did respond saying that My First Pet stuff wasn't a flop. It had online backlash, but it definitely was a big seller. The lesson they learned from this was people do want stuff packs or kits that don't reuse items that are just limited to the same base game items, but there needs to be time. Many later stuff packs and kits included items from DLCs reworked or items designed for specific DLC situations, and backlash was minimal. Again, everyone has a different opinion on like kits. Like, I've seen a lot of people say they love kits. There have been some kits where I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I just hate the fact that it's recycled content that doesn't offer new gameplay, because they have some really cool ideas, but they don't get expanded on beyond just being aesthetically pleasing, right? Like, that's it. So now this talks about a change in expansion pack development priorities. So the Sims 4 Adventure Waste went massively over budget, and higher ups aren't going to let that happen again. So the insider, so the new format would also allow them to make more expansion packs, although they're rethinking the traditional framework to X to be potentially a subscription situation or something similar. Who knows? That is crazy if that's true, but they'd be more similar to the Royalty Legacy over something like Adventure Waits that had extremely large animation budget over the other content. Also, the chances of an expansion or major DLC going over budget like Adventure Waits did will probably never happen again under EA's new ruling. That's so disgusting. Like, I think it's very obvious when I speak for a lot of people when obviously Simmers would want an expansion pack like Adventure Awaits. The Sims 4 packs are very shallow compared to the previous games. So the fact that they're leaning into making Royalty Legacy type of expansion packs is really concerning. Like, those packs are bare bones. I know that was just them, like, I think testing the new Sims team or something like that. And that was just like a throwaway expansion pack, and it wasn't really that good, to be honest. God damn, bro. I'm kind of glad I'm still making content on this type of stuff because I genuinely want to see how The Sims ends up. It doesn't sound like it's in good hands. Like, we kind of knew that already. And like, a lot of people could say, oh, The Sims is not dead, but like, they're literally telling you guys they're gonna charge you $40 for the bare minimum, bro. That is insane to me. Like, what? So continuing on, they say things like the custom venue features and the elimination and similar scenarios that are added last minute based on feedback that getaways can only be run on residential rental lots despite the pack being already over budget, but absolutely not fly now. To be fair, it didn't really fly then either, but as it was originally the last expansion pack for The Sims 4, Maxis wanted to take the risk and give us as much as they could from all the ideas they've been wanting to get in the game before what they considered an intermission of The Sims 4, as they weren't 100% how X was going to work. Adventure Waste tried to get as many gameplay items as they could in, and the developers were really excited to go through lists and lists of all the things that players had been asking for over the years. Bookmark tweets, forum posts, and more were used. This pack is a little all over the place, but they really tried. I don't know much about Royalties development outside the new framework, as the team is a little disconnected from the people I talked to from Maxis. And it's not to say that the competitions aren't cool. Like, I'm glad they were able to add that stuff in there because, again, it just makes the game feel a lot more full. Like, you know, like, it's cool to see that type of stuff in there. It's different, it's unique. I'm not gonna hate on them trying to be different. Like, I like the fact that if they can't, you know, replicate a Sims 2 free time or a Sims 3 generations, they'll try and do their own original stuff. And I feel like I've said this before in the past, when the Sims 4 teams tries to do original stuff, I feel like it turns out better than when they're trying to copy like a previous expansion pack from a previous Sims game. It just doesn't translate well to gameplay. It just always feels shallow in certain areas. So moving on to say the Sims Project X has been re-greenlit. So after the bio-ER scrutinizing, I can't even say the word. I know what they're trying to say. I just can't pronounce it. But their business is more tightly to protect financial performance. So the question is, you said development should be fairly fast. Now that they decided what they want it to be, what did they actually end up deciding on? We know they were considering different options like a remaster, remake, HD version, sequel, or something else entirely. Is there anything you can share about which direction they ultimately chose? So there's a limit of how specific I get before it becomes a legal issue. But what I can say is many franchises are actively being reviewed right now for projects and development. Now that the buyout has come through,
Both Renee and X are being thoroughly reviewed and they're being assessed for financial guarantees. Everything's on the board to be canceled or reworked or greenlit. EA will not put any money into anything they don't think will see a huge financial return. This is all for EA project right now, not just Max's or for The Sims. So in any case, you may not even see Renee or X come to light depending on what they decide. I doubt you won't, but just letting you know where things are at EA right now. Everything's effectively got to be re-greenlit and there may be changes to greenlit again. The same goes for Mass Effect and other franchises. I think I'm losing my voice, which is like a first. I don't think I've ever lost my voice making videos. But yeah, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on this whole situation. I'm definitely going to be keeping tabs on this because this shit is really interesting to me. Obviously, I love Sims, regardless of how everything's played out. I still want to keep up on this and see how this goes. But yeah, with that being said, this is all the information for today. If you guys have made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. Hope you guys have a good day and take care.